The world has been wondering why Justin and Hailey Bieber are getting so sick.
The scariest moment of my life.
But we discovered this isn't the first time one of Justin's love interests has faced a life-threatening illness. The tabloids thought Justin cheated on Selena with Hailey, and we found out the truth dates all the way back to when Justin was a kid, when his sick pattern really began.
People don't know how serious it got.
Today, we are going to get to the truth behind those rumors and finally answer the question, did Justin cheat with Hailey? This is the real life story behind the tabloids.
I was sitting at breakfast with my husband, and all of a sudden I felt this really weird sensation that kind of like traveled down my arm. Justin was like, "Are you okay?" When I went to respond, I couldn't speak.
But she's super young to have that.
Very young.
Selena was sick too.
Selena Gomez was sick as well. There's a thread here that is interesting.
What did Justin do?
To fully understand what happened to Hailey, we have to start with Justin's first love, Selena Gomez. Justin was just 13 when he met Selena, and immediately the tabloids were obsessed with their relationship.
Are y'all just friends? Or is there a dating going on or what?
So sweet. He's just a 16-year-old kid who's just really enjoying what he does.
My first real love.
But as much as they were in love, Selena watched as Justin struggled with the dark side of fame.
There was so many people who were just so mean. Random people saying like, "You suck. You look like a girl." I just was this young, like, kid. I was so surrounded. Millions of people in the audience. But I still felt lonely. I still felt hurt.
So when they announced their breakup, everyone was shocked, especially when Selena revealed a life-threatening secret.
Pop superstar Selena Gomez sharing the biggest health battle of her life.
Selena Gomez revealed that she entered rehab, but TMZ has a report alleging Justin Bieber is the reason why she had to seek treatment.
The tabloids blamed Justin for Selena going to rehab, but we found out the real reason, and the truth is even more heartbreaking.
Gomez revealing she's been battling lupus for over a year, saying, "I've been through chemotherapy. I could have had a stroke.
I've been through stuff. It's been able to test me as a person."
Why did they blame Justin if it had nothing to do with him?
Because while Selena was in rehab receiving chemotherapy, Justin was spiraling out of control.
Justin Bieber pees into a mop bucket in perhaps his crudest move yet.
Video of Justin Bieber's alleged drag race down a Miami Beach street. An officer ultimately busting Bieber.
Mr. Bieber, you are charged with DUI, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
Why don't you listen to what I have to say first?
I don't have to listen to anything you have to say.
But no one knew what Justin was battling with that was putting his life in danger.
I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt.
I was sipping lean, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything. And it was just an escape for me.
My security coming into the room at night to check my pulse, like, people don't know how serious it got. There was times where I was really, really suicidal. It just got scary.
Where were his parents?
Ever since Justin was a kid, he struggled with the pain of coming from a broken home. His parents were just teenagers when they had him.
I never had that security in a family. I never had that consistency. I never had the reliability.
His mother was in a very conflicted relationship with his dad. There was chronic stress.
Ended up getting into drugs and alcohol into teen years.
First time I smoked weed, I was 12 or 13. And then started getting really dependent on it.
It's not an excuse. There's a lot of people who grow up in a household that is broken. It's not the only reason why he's acting up like that.
But he was surrounded by adults on tour with drugs. No one was protecting him. So when Justin seemed to be moving on just 2 months after breaking up with Selena, cheating rumors swirled.
I always felt like Hailey was the reason Selena and Justin broke up.
JB and his longtime on and off ex, Hailey Baldwin, were spotted attending a church conference together by day and clubbing it up by night. E-News is calling them inseparable.
Going through a breakup, it sucks. We think it is worse is having to see someone with someone else so fast.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. It's all very real to me, and I'm sure it's just entertainment for other people.
But we discovered that Hailey and Justin met when she was only 12 and he was 14. When Selena and Justin were on and off for a few years, he actually dated Hailey for a bit. That's why the media was speculating that he cheated. But we did some digging and we discovered the truth. Justin actually told Haley he needed time to work on himself.
I said, listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way, and I'm not ready to make a commitment to you. And I took the time to really build myself and focus on me. I really took a deep dive. I wasn't doing a lot of stuff. I just was by myself.
He was the first person I ever had real feelings for. I just knew that no matter what the outcome was going to be, he was going to be somebody that I loved for the rest of my life.
Justin got clean. So Haley comforts Justin in a way that no one else could. So by the time they got married, Justin figured that was just the missing piece in his recovery, but it wasn't.
I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems, and it didn't. I never did the actual work. I got off the pills, but I never went to the root of everything. So then I just kind of circled back around.
The way he's saying it almost shows that he went somewhere that he was really scared to go and figured it out.
Justin realized that he couldn't rely on someone else to heal his pain. He had to do it himself.
I was running away. It's almost like we need to run towards the pain and run towards the hurt rather than run away from it.
After he finally healed himself, Justin was tested when Haley went through her own health struggles.
The right side of my face started drooping. I couldn't get a sentence out right away. He asked for somebody to please call 911 and get a doctor. I had suffered a small blood clot to my brain. He took very good. He slept with me in the hospital, really there for me. It really bonds you. We're closer than ever. Yeah.
By healing himself, Justin is able to show up as his best self for Haley, the way that he wasn't for Selena.
She's my priority before anything else.
That is love. You're putting the well-being of someone that you care about ahead of your own fallibilities.
Exactly.
And now, Justin shares his struggles with the world, hoping it will help others.
As you can probably see from my face, I have Ramsay Hunt syndrome and has caused my face to have paralysis. I'm gonna get better.
There's a fear in showing vulnerability. There's power in your weakness. It's okay to have problems, but you don't have to hide that.
I looked at you as an inspiration because you've been through this and you've come out of the other side.
I'm in the best place in my whole life. Right now, I feel the most secure. I feel at peace for the first time in my life.